Zadik, the righteous one, you who judge rightly, examine our motives and align our paths with your justice. Let righteousness rise in us like incense, more pleasing than any offering. Yehovah Elohi Zadik, Kadosh, 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 please fill me and lead me, and cover me and stir me, and speak through me with your Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness and humility to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Hen, behold, Nail, behold. Proverbs chapter 21. The king's heart in Yehovah's hand is like streams of water. He directs it wherever he pleases. All a person's ways are right in his own view, but Yehovah weighs the hearts. To do what is right and just is more pleasing to Yehovah than sacrifice. Haughty looks, a proud heart, what the wicked plow is sin. The plains of the diligent lead only to abundance, but all who rush in arrive only at want. A fortune gained by a lying tongue is a vapor dispersed by seekers of death. The violence of the wicked will sweep them away because they refuse to act justly. A criminal's conduct is crooked, but the work of the pure is right. It is better to live on the corner of the roof than to share the house with a nagging wife. The wicked is set on evil. He doesn't pity even his neighbor. When a scorner is punished, the simple become wiser. And when the wise is instructed, he takes hold of knowledge. The righteous one observes the house of the wicked. He overthrows the wicked to their ruin. Whoever stops up the ears at the cry of the poor will himself cry, but will not be answered. A secret gift allies anger, and a bribe under the cloak the strongest fury. Acting justly is a joy for the righteous, but it terrifies evildoers. The person who strays from the way of common sense will come to rest in the company of the dead. Pleasure lovers will suffer want. He who loves wine and oil won't get rich. The wicked serve as a ransom for the righteous, and likewise the perfidious for the upright. It is better to live in the desert than with a nagging, irritable wife. In the home of the wise are fine treasures and oil, but a fool quickly devours it. He who pursues righteousness and kindness finds life, prosperity, and honor. A wise man can go up into a city of warriors and undermine the strength in which it trusts. Whoever guards his mouth and tongue keeps himself out of trouble. Scoffer is what you call a proud, insolent person who acts with overweening conceit. A lazy man's craving will kill him because his hands refuse to work. He covets greedily all day long, but a righteous person gives without holding back. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination. How much more than when he brings it with vile motives? A lying witness is doomed, but one who heard what was said will testify successfully. A wicked man puts on a bold face, whereas the upright prepares his way. No wisdom, discernment, or counsel succeeds against Yehovah. A horse may be prepared for the day of battle, but victory comes from Yehovah. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading this fascinating 21st chapter of Proverbs? We can love Yehovah by pursuing justice over ritual and aligning our actions with truth. Love Yehovah by submitting our hearts to his direction, rather than trusting in outward appearance. Love Yehovah by remembering that he weighs motives more than results. How can we love our neighbors as Yeshua loves us? By standing for what is right, avoiding manipulation, and not using religion as a cloak for selfish gain. How can we bear one another's burdens? By speaking up when justice is overlooked, and standing in righteousness even when it cost us comfort or favor. What are the top 3 fruits of the Spirit found? 1. Righteousness. Doing what pleases Yehovah, not what pleases man. 2. Goodness. Caring for the poor and resisting oppression. 3. Faithfulness. Walking with integrity in all seasons. What is the Hebrew word that encapsulates this chapter? Zadik. Righteousness. Justice. Upright conduct. From verse 3, to do what is right and just is more pleasing to Yehovah than sacrifice. Yehovah seeks righteousness that flows from the heart, not performance, but covenant faithfulness. What is the mitzvah response? Torah-based action? Mitzvah. Justice. Justice shall you pursue. Deuteronomy 16, verse 20. A response might be like this: we will pursue what is right even when it's hard. Speak truth without partiality, and uphold righteousness above ritual. How can we find Yeshua in the scriptures? The king's heart, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yehovah. Yeshua the king submitted fully to the will of the Father. Luke 22, verse 42. Righteousness over ritual, verse 3. To do justice is more acceptable than sacrifice. Yeshua rebuked empty religion and fulfilled Torah with mercy, truth, and justice. Matthew 23, verse 23. Hearing the poor, verse 13. Whoever shuts his ear to the cry of the poor. Yeshua identified with the poor and broken. Ignoring them is ignoring him. Matthew 25, verse 40. Pursuing life through righteousness, verse 21. He who pursues righteousness loves. He who pursues righteousness and love finds life, honor, and righteousness. Yeshua is that life. He is that righteousness. Zadik, Lafni, Yehovah, Darich, Chaim. Righteousness before Yehovah is the path to life. We'll end with the Arianic blessing using the name. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Shalom, shalom.